We also have to understand that we come from a society, this is our society, American, right? I just proved to you that we were here before Columbus, right? With that old man head, right? Okay? Now, we live in a society that's been built off of Greco-Roman. It's almost an imitation of it. But what's significant about that is what? The Romans knew the power of Africans. The Greeks knew the power of Africans. Right? Our language, the way they built the buildings. Everything is almost an imitation of our ancestors. Now here's my proof. There was black Roman emperor by the name of Septimius Severus. There were black popes. Now we look at a pope, what do you think of a pope right now? You think of this guy, right? Making that, no disrespect to the Catholic religion. But we think of the black, we think of a white pope as someone, kind of a little mysterious, right? And mostly white, right? Right? There were black popes, brothers and sisters, back in the day. Victor I, Gelasius, and Matilda. Matilda as being the most powerful one. There were black popes. Next picture, please. Gotta understand. Now, where are we today? Right? I just told y'all that other races copy from us, right? Where are we today? We copy from other races. We basically, as Brother John Henry Clark said, imitating an imitator. Y'all following me now? Does anybody know who these two brothers is? Raise your hand if you know who these two brothers are. This dude on the right here is Lucky Luciano. The dude on the left is Al Capone. Now, I know y'all heard of Al Capone, right? Now, why'd I put these two dudes up here? Because we got rappers who's taking these dudes' names. Right? We respect Italian mobsters more than we do African ancestors. We calling ourselves Capone and Noriega? Noriega? Right? And Lucky Luciano. Wu-Tang, one of my favorite groups. I've heard a couple of their members. A lot of East Coast brothers call themselves Italian mob names. Right? Biggie called himself Frank White. Who's Frank White? Frank White is a white drug dealer. Why couldn't he call himself an African name, y'all? Come on now. There's something going on here. Now at the bottom it says imitation is a form of respect. We got to understand that. To imitate something, you have to respect it. Okay? You ain't got to love it, but you got to respect it. Okay? So when we get into all this stuff about, what the oppressors have done to us, and we all know, we all been oppressed in different ways. This is real. But at the end of the day, we respect us because they want to be like us. Now look at the culture. Look at our music.
So is it bad that those other cultures imitate us?
No. That's why I said at the bottom, imitation is a form of respect. They just don't give us credit for it. You know what I mean? No, we don't clearly know what's going on. We don't clearly know what's going on. We have no clue. The majority of our people are walking around as a zombie. Flat out. I was one myself. Creator touched me with his light, and here I am standing in front of you. Okay? Next photo. Now, getting a little bit further in the historical memory, brothers and sisters, we got to understand that there was massive slave revolts. We didn't just lay down and let these people bring us to America. We wasn't suckers, as we say it in the hood. We wasn't soft, we wasn't square, we wasn't lame. We was thoroughbreds. We were tricked mentally. I mean, how you gonna get 300,000 dudes at 6'7", muscle-bound dudes who work in the field all day in a line and walk straight onto a boat? Come on. Come on, man. These dudes wasn't weak. There's some stuff that happened. There was massive slave revolts. Okay? Now we got three dudes right here that prove my point. On the right here, okay, we have what's called Captain Cujo. Now this is the only known photo of him. Now he was an illiterate brother. This brother right here, Captain Cujo. He is from the Maroons, who Marcus Garvey is a descendant of. They were slaves in Jamaica who fought off the British. They said enough is enough. They were damn near naked. They didn't have no clothes. You can see the brother. He was illiterate. He wasn't no smart dude. He didn't go to college. He said, enough is enough. And they fought off them British. They did mental tactics. They would start fires and just so they could see that the British got so scared of these brothers, they said, ho, 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 ho. We got to sit down and talk now. That's why Jamaica is the way it is now. In the middle, another powerful brother by the name of Nat Turner. How many of you have heard of Nat Turner before? Nat Turner was another brother from the South. And yeah, now we gotta understand that this brother was a preacher. He was a preacher, y'all. During slavery, right? Beautiful brother, calm brother. That said one day he had a dream. He woke up from his dream and said, man, you know what? It's time to start killing white folk.
Is that the origin of the document that white supremacists use, the Nat Turner Diaries?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody hear that? Nat Turner, very powerful brother. He woke up one day and said, man, I had a dream, man. We gonna kill some white folks. Who's with me? So about 4 or 5 brothers said, man, we gonna roll. So they snuck out, right? You know, you couldn't just leave the plantation. You couldn't say, master, can I leave? Master, can I get a day off? He said, hell no, get your butt back in there and go to work. So they had to sneak off. And in the middle of the night, they kicked in the plantation owners all around the area's doors and started cutting their throats and killing them. Women and the children and the men. Now, why does this dude do this? Was he a bad dude? Now, I'm not saying what he did was right. Killing another human being is wrong, no matter how you look at it. War is necessary sometimes, is what I'm trying to say. Okay? On the other end, we have Toussaint L'Ouverture. Give me your hand if you know who he is. Toussaint L'Ouverture, brother from Haiti. We just heard about the Haitian earthquake, right? Right? Everybody heard about that. All the people died. And then we get this, and then we turn on the TV, right? And we see Christian preachers saying the Haitian people are cursed. They're cursed. That's why they have earthquakes. This dude, if it wasn't for him and a brother by the name of Delanese, and Christopher, his generals, his 2 generals, if it wasn't for them, most likely we'd all be speaking French right now. Think about that, y'all. We fought off a brother by the name of Napoleon. Very long story. But to sum it up, he fought him off. They fought him off. And made Napoleon say, you know what? I'm going to fall back. And what he did was he said, you know what? I got to get my dough up, so I'm going to sell part of this land that I had to these American dudes, right? And they called it now the Louisiana Purchase, which they sold acres of land for 2 cents per acre. Because of this dude here, right? So America owes a great deal to these Haitian people who they say are cursed, all right? Not to mention them having to cut down the trees all over their land to repay for debt that the Haitian people got in, right? And then by them cutting these trees, again, by the way, the Africans believe that the souls of the ancestors were in the trees, y'all. That's where they believe the ancestors dwelled, in the trees. And they cut the trees down, which made the land susceptible to earthquakes. So there's many reasons why Haitians going through this mess right now. Many different reasons. Next photo from me. Another significant point, and I'm moving along a little faster here, on historical memory is what some of our scholars, some of our elders call post-1968. We got to understand, since 1968, we as black people have been hurting bad. Very severe generation gap problem. We have babies having babies. Look at the young sister here with the pregnancy test. Worried out of her mind what she's going to do because she's pregnant, 16 years old. Worried about going home and tell her mom because she's pregnant. Our culture right now, y'all, is dying because of abortion. We are dying all over the country because of abortion. Because sisters saying, you know what? That dude ain't going to be there for me. He a deadbeat. I just got one because he has some fresh snicks. He look halfway decent and he got a couple dollars. He popular, whatever it may be. And you end up pregnant and you end up aborting your baby because you don't think you have the strength to raise that child. Now I'm going to give you an example. Everybody just pick their heads up and look at me, please. In California, y'all, there was an abortion clinic, right? This is a true story. It was an abortion clinic where the investigators were getting some rumors that there was some shady stuff going on. So what they did was they raided the place. They kicked in the door. They searched it, they didn't find nothing. They went out back. There were 2 dumpsters about a half a mile away in the back of this abortion clinic. In this dumpster, they found the fetuses of 17,000 babies. Out of them 17,000, 15,000 was black. Are y'all listening to me? Are y'all listening to me? We are losing, we are dying here. 15,000 were black. They ain't even destroying them right, they just throwing them to the side, making that little money. Planned Parenthood is destroying our community. I'm sorry, it's destroying our community. They made abortion legal. We couldn't get abortions back in the day because we couldn't afford them. So you were stuck with that child. You couldn't afford it. It cost so much. You was like, man, that's my rent for 6 months. You understand what I'm saying? Now it's legal. We run into the abortion clinic. Kill my baby. Next slide, please. Now, post-68 is very serious. There's a whole bunch of different things that have happened to us since post-68. One of the things is the gangbang era. Now look at this brother right here. He's 12 years old. Check him out. Check him out. He got 357 in his hand. Check him out. Cold-hearted brother. And look at our brothers right here. I mentioned briefly the origins of gangs, y'all. How we get like this? Go ahead. I didn't hear you. Speak up.
Like in her hand, like at the top. Like,
Up here? They throwing up their signs. They throwing up the sign. That's a C for Crip. Right? The Compton. Brother mentioned Compton. See his hat? See what I'm saying? Now we're at odds with each other over color, over a piece of land that we don't even own. Now I'm quite sure somebody in this room knows somebody in their family that either used to be in a gang, is in a gang, or is going off this thug epidemic. What we have to do is not be angry at them, but understand that there's something wrong here. Brother's sick a little bit. And it's all because of love. We get in gangs because of love. We ain't got no love at home. Our boys is treating us nice. We get a little bit of dough. He might buy me some dinner when I'm starving. I love that dude. So it's all love. That's the real reason. But why do we start turning it on ourselves when we got brothers this young with a 357 in his hand? Tech 9 tied to his pants with a shoestring. All right, next photo, please. More about post-68. It's a very important term. Those of you who got a pencil and pen, if you want to write this down, this is very important. They call it Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome. Everybody say that with me. Stockholm Syndrome.
Stockholm Syndrome.
One more time for me. Stockholm Syndrome.
Stockholm Syndrome.
Now this right here, y'all, is a very powerful term. It's a term that describes a paradoxical psychological phenomenon where hostages express adulation and have positive feelings toward their captors. What's this mean here? What's this mean? Positive feelings toward their captors. Okay? That means that we love what's destroying us. Basically, we have fallen in love and worship the things that are destroying us both mentally and physically on a daily basis. Let me know when you guys finish writing that down. Destroying us on a daily basis. 1968 was a severe year for us as black people. This is when the marriages started. We now have 70% of our kids, which is a very high number, born out of wedlock. That means that we ain't marrying our sisters. And we, again, leaving y'all to do everything by yourself. And on behalf of all the brothers, I'm sorry to all the sisters for everything we've done, including myself. Y'all got an uphill battle when it comes to black people. But it ain't over, y'all. It ain't over. Next slide, bro.